Howdy everybody! If you're new here, my name is Hodge Illiterate, and you can call me Hodge. Welcome to my channel where I've been posting music that I've made over the past decade, which is hard for me to believe that it's been that long since I've started. And to my 3 loyal viewers, I wanted to post an update and let you guys know what's going on, and for everybody else, this is for you too. I've been thinking about this channel a lot, and I want this to be my channel. Not just a music channel, but a channel where I can post videos and gameplay. Just somewhere where I can have a creative outlet and share my art, thoughts, and feelings publicly. But let's start from the beginning. Music has been a huge part of my life. It started in my early teens when I started middle school. I was put into choir, which I had no interest in at all, but it was between that and dance, and I figured I'd be less embarrassed singing than dancing as a middle schooler. So I joined and it was fine. I did my best to stay on the right note and get by. But my music teacher was amazing. He was one of the funniest guys I had ever met, and I owe a lot of my interest in music to that guy. And we're gonna call him Dr. Pepper. But he had an entire wall in his classroom covered with memes. But you know the ones, the top text, bottom text, Velociraptor, Success Kid, 2010s memes. But in any case, at some point he had given us an assignment to write a song, and I gave it a shot, and it was alright. It rightfully sucked, but I didn't stop at that one. I kept on making new projects and putting things together that I thought sounded good. Around the same time, my dad and sister started playing the ukulele, and I decided I'd join them too. And the ukulele was a great start for me. That taught me about chords and chord progressions long before I learned about their significance in music theory. And what I would do is I would take a chord progression that I liked on the ukulele and transcribe it like string for string onto a piano in the software we used for that music assignment. And then after that, I would add the drums and bass and all the things I honestly didn't know what I was doing with until it sounded all right. The next year I had the same assignment, so I wrote another song and I turned it in and didn't really think much of it. It was pretty but super repetitive. But after I turned it in, the teacher said that one of the songs really stood out to him, and I was like, oh, I wonder who it's gonna be. And then he started playing my song, and that went straight to my head for a while, but that kept me into music for quite some time. Around that time, I wrote the song Windows, which is actually posted, so I'll link that in the description, but that one is probably the song I'm most proud of from around that era between middle school and high school. And there is a lot more to my story with music, but that's gonna have to be saved for another time, because right now what I want to tell you about is what I want to try doing with this channel. I want to be a variety channel. I want to talk about things that I find interesting. I want to play games that I find interesting. I want to do challenges that I find interesting, all the while, of course, still releasing my music. But I love games, and I want to show you the games that have entertained me, all the while entertaining you guys and being as funny as I can be while showing you the games that I've found entertaining. But I think that it would be really fun to stream, but not yet. I am debating on making a second channel with long form videos and all that fun stuff and streams and VODs, but in the meantime, we're gonna have to see how we do over here first. One of the reasons I'm making this video is because I want to make a career for myself. Flashback a bit, but in 2020, I graduated. I had a really rough start to my adult life. I felt very isolated and had lost a lot of sight of what I wanted to be. So I just got a job at Amazon, which wasn't bad. I was working 20 hours a week, but it wasn't enough to move out. Despite that, I decided to move in with my cousin, which is a whole nother story I'll get into another time because there's a lot of drama and lore that happened in that apartment. During that period, I went through a few jobs. The first change was to a full-time job, which was awesome, and it wrecked me. And during that time, unfortunately, I had a medical condition pop up that I thought I was past, and it made it unsafe to work there. And after that is really when a lot of the job hopping happened. For many different reasons, I did end up moving back home, and after a little more bouncing around, I found the job that I work at right now. It's a really fun job that I've actually enjoyed, which I can't say about any of the other jobs I've had so far. And it's in an escape room. I've never had an entertainment job before this, and it turns out I have some really good people skills when I'm not just stocking shelves. I love making people laugh and smile, and at this job, I've been able to expand those skills and lean into them to actually get my paycheck. And I've been at that job since, but at the beginning of 2025, I ended up moving out with a few roommates, and it was really nice. For the first few weeks at least, somebody cheated on someone and a few other things happened, and what happened was we moved in with 4 people, and when we left, there were 2 of us. For the last 2 months, I was actually by myself in the apartment, and one of my roommates were kind enough to help me finish off the lease, but I realized I need a better job if I want to make it on my own. And I've been trying. I actually got a new job at the beginning of April, and it would have been in sales. Emphasis on would have been. There was a lot of miscommunications while I was getting started, and found out there were a lot of half-truths that I was told at the beginning. So I ended up leaving before I even got out of training at that other job, and I'm very lucky that I did not burn any bridges because I'm back at the escape room. I'm so grateful to the people that I work with there, and that brings me back to the point of this video. I want to make this my job. I want to be able to make money being creative and entertaining, and this would be a dream come true. So I'm going to start putting some more effort into making this channel better and making it a more polished version of what it is now. I'm still very new and I won't make money off of this for a while, and I know that, but I need to start somewhere. And just posting a song with a picture isn't going to do it, at least not at this rate. There will still be a break. For anybody that hasn't read the description in my channel or any of the most recent videos that I've posted, I'm making an album of the music that I've been working on since when I was in class with Dr. Pepper up until, today. I do have plans for the next album, which will be a lot more put together and actually have like a theme to it rather than just a collection of many different things. And I would love to do music videos and try my hand at animation. But for now, I'm going to finish off this current album that I will call the photo album. Hence, there's a photo in all of the pictures of the videos. You know what I'm talking about. But yeah, and then after that, I will be working on many other projects for this channel. If you want to see anything from me, just let me know. I know a lot of my subscribers right now are friends and families, so if you guys have any ideas, feel free to let me know in the comments or just talk to me IRL if you can. But in any case, please like, comment, and if you haven't, subscribe, and we'll see what I can do. Thank you so much to the 22 of you that were here from the beginning, and here's to making it work. Bye-bye.